Hello and welcome to Snowbiz 24/7, small screen, big host, worldwide audience. Yes, over 6 feet of snow has hit your internet experience. On today's episode, I'm delighted to introduce you to someone I've known for many years. We actually met at the gym, and each of us have had a storyline that's gone all over the place since then. But most importantly is her storyline. Lanny is what we know her as, but her pen name and her full name is Iolanthe Woulff. She's coming out with a book called She's My Dad. She happens to be the daughter of the Pulitzer Prize-winning author Herman Wouk, which I'm going to get her to talk about a little bit, I hope. Ladies and gentlemen, Lanny Woulff. Hi, Lanny.
Good afternoon, Nicholas.
Nice to see you. I'm just really proud of you for coming out with your book, which will be out at the time people watch this video or at a later date, depending upon when they watch it. So, in a nutshell, what's the book about?
The book is a suspense novel about a transsexual English teacher who returns to her alma mater to teach English 25 years after she graduated. Now she's a woman, and she runs into a lot of unexpected circumstances, primarily of which is a son that she never knew she had.
Now, are there required elements for a novel? Like, do you have to have sex, murder, death? Or, I mean, is there some sort of formulaic principle of writing a hit book other than having a compelling story?
Well, I think that whether or not it becomes a hit is always a matter of luck and timing and other things involved. There are indeed many conventions in the suspense thriller genre. As to whether or not I've filled them all, that remains to be judged by my readers, but I tried my best to give them not only a lot of entertainment, but also some food for thought.
Without giving away too much, tell me about some of your characters.
My title character is named Nickie Farrell. She's a transsexual lady. She's an English professor, middle-aged, like myself, and she has come back to try and find peace in her life in an academic career after the trauma and challenges of going through her transition.
Now, you are reluctant to talk about your father in connection to your book because you want to be known in and of your own right as a writer, and I certainly respect that. But you grew up in a literary household. That must have influenced your perspective about your own ability to write a book.
Indeed it did, and I mostly don't care to talk about my father simply out of respect for his privacy and his own views, none of which I would speak for him. In terms of my writing, yes, I was strongly influenced by having a literary background, and I was reading books from the time I was able to, basically. Early on, I remember reading The Three Musketeers when I was 10 years old. And I've never stopped ever since then.
Many people think about writing a book. Some people actually accomplish it, and your book is a reality. What was it that allowed you to really honor that process and to have this huge accomplishment come to fruition?
Well, like you say, a lot of people talk about it, and few actually do it. I would have to say that I was in the former group for a very long time, but I finally decided that the story that I had to tell was important enough that it would overcome perhaps a sense of indolence on my part to getting it done. Writing is not an easy thing, and it requires a lot of self-discipline, which I can't say has ever been my strong point, but I overcame that. And also I found that once I started telling the story, I couldn't stop. After a certain point in writing a novel, the novel begins to write itself. And that happened to me, I was very fortunate, pretty early on.
I clearly haven't read the whole book, but I have read part of it. And what impressed me the most was how much information you could actually convey in a single sentence, and how early in the book, within a single sentence, you could introduce a character that just from that sentence is intriguing and has this seemingly rich history that you want to know about. How do you do that?
Well, Nicholas, that's a very kind thing of you to say. It doesn't come easily to me. When I finished the book, the word count was 173,000 words, and I eventually cut it down to 149,000, which means that I discarded over 24,000 words, which is almost half the length of a small novel. Editing is an extremely important tool for a writer to make use of in order to achieve what you talk about, what I think of as the specific gravity of the words, so that you are giving the reader as much as possible in the shortest amount of prose.
So you wonder if you're effectively giving them so much in so few words. You're getting a lot of story you're getting a lot of story because of the length of your novel.
Exactly. I tried to give the most bang for the buck, as it were. I tried to always keep in mind during the entire process of writing the novel of how much I owed the reader, because I'm asking people to part with their hard-earned money to buy something that I have produced. And I felt that it was exceedingly important that I deliver value to them to the best of my ability. My hope is that no one, whether they end up liking the book, don't like it, that they not feel that they have been had or ripped off, that they got something for their money. That was very, very important to me, and I hope that's what people feel.
Now, I'm honored to do this interview with you in July of 2009. The book is set for release later this year. This video, however, will remain online, so some people will be watching it when the book is out. As we're a few months away from this book becoming a reality, how are you feeling?
I feel wonderful. I think if all goes well with the actual technical production, that the book should be available about the end of September, but certainly no later than October. I'm extremely excited. I'm a little bit nervous, and I think the best thing for me to do is to concentrate on writing my next novel, which I'm about 1/2 to 1/3 of the way through already.
Wow. Now, your book, clearly it's there to entertain. Is it there for any other reason?
The book is there to entertain. I think that all novels primarily need to entertain before they do anything else. I have tried to incorporate into the story some ideas, some food for thought, without ever being preachy or obvious about my message, because I know that when I read a book, I don't want to feel as if the author has been pounding me over the head with their agenda. And so I tried to be very, very careful not to do that. But yes, I hope that people will get more than just an entertaining story out of my novel.
In our last 30 seconds or so, very few people have been given a sneak peek, but what are some of the responses you've gotten from those who have?
Well, I have been very, very gratified by the responses. As you say, few people have read the book, but those who have been very, very kind and very excited about what I had to offer. I've been most particularly interested in the fact that people react differently to different elements of the book. And to me, this says that I have offered a wide range of experiences for readers to connect with.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. I appreciate the chance.
And thank you for watching Snowbiz 24/7. You can check out She's My Dad. The link will be from this video at snowbiz247.com, and I'm Nicholas Snow. Have a good day.